Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Truck Talk with Jack. I've stopped off at my local McDonald's for some dinner, and I figured now would be a good a time as any to do a Truck Talk episode. I haven't done one in a while because I've been more focused on the video gamey Let's Play side of my channel. And I do apologize about that. I'm still getting everything figured out in, well, video games, you know? So, today, I'm going to talk about video games, talk about something I've been dealing with in video games, and that is letting go in video games. So, in video games, most gamers form an attachment to something, whether it be a character, a weapon, a piece of armor, an item, a location, whatever. Usually, in video games, somewhere in there, a player will find something that they will take and they will keep until literally the end of the game. They will actively seek this item out when they play through said video game, simply because they want it. They don't even necessarily have to use it, they just want it. Like, my oldest one of those is in Resident Evil 2. If you play as Claire, and you get the secret locker key by running through the first part of the video game without picking up any items, and then killing the zombified Brad Vickers, he drops the key for a locker in the dark room that contains a costume and a gun. The costume, I don't give a shit about the costume. The gun, however, the gun is a single-action army revolver. It uses handgun rounds, so there's not like special ammo for it or anything, and it's not even, honestly, that great of a weapon. It has a slightly better rate of fire than the standard handgun, but it holds less ammo and it takes a long time to reload. For me, that's not the point. I just really love the weapon, so I'll get it, and I'll keep it in my inventory and use it literally the whole game. Like, this kind of attachment for me even carries over into real life. Like, here, for example, this little guy right here. This is Lobster. Lobster has been hanging out with me for... honestly, I don't know. I don't actually remember a point in my life where Lobster was not hanging out with me. I've become very attached to him. To the point where, if anybody tries to mess with Lobster, well, the suffering I would inflict upon that person, it would make the lowest pit of hell seem like a pleasant summer vacation. That's how attached I am to Lobster. He is possibly my single most important possession, followed closely by my katana, which is actually a reproduction of the katana that Duncan MacLeod, I think, used in Highlander with the white dragon handle. Her name is Shaughnessy, and I've had her for probably about 17 years now. So, yeah, that's how important Lobster is to me. And I've been dealing with this conundrum lately. One second, I'm hungry. I've been dealing with this lately because I've been playing No Man's Sky. Now, I don't play No Man's Sky much. Usually about every week or so, I'll put about 3 or 4 hours into the game. I'm slowly continuing my journey toward the center of the galaxy. And if I'm reading the astronomical distance right, I've still got a long way to go. Like, a really long way. Like, I might be at this for years, guys. I don't know. But, for the past 4 weeks, or, well, 4 weeks-ish, like, the weeks I have spent playing this game for 4 hours has been about 4 weeks, and I've been stuck with the same ship, which is fine. I had a pretty good ship. But, every time I would warp jump, I would go, land on all the planets in the system, check them out, get some credits off of them, mine for resources to replenish the fuel that I've used. And if I land near a settlement, I'll use their computers to look for, like, distress signals and stuff. In particular, I'm looking for abandoned ships. And I haven't found any good ones up until last night. All the ones I found have been not quite as good as the ship I had. But I finally found one that had better engines and more cargo hold space. So I transferred all of my stuff over, repaired the ship, and then, you know, blasted off on my merry way. But as I looked back, I saw my old ship, which I'd been running around with, you know, had been my home for 4 weeks-ish. Like, I've had it for quite a while as far as my playing this game is concerned. I saw it sitting there abandoned, likely to never be used again, unless somehow another player stumbles across it and wants to take it, in which case you're welcome to it, guys. But I saw it sitting there, and I'm like, I feel kind of like a dick. Like, I've had this ship for, this extended amount of time. I've been using it a lot, and now I just dump it off when I find something better. It makes me feel like an asshole. It'd be like if Han Solo found a ship better than the Millennium Falcon. That probably sounds like blasphemy. In fact, it probably is blasphemy. But, logically, there is a ship somewhere in the Star Wars galaxy that is superior to the Millennium Falcon in every way. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know how many of you I pissed off by saying it. I pissed off myself by saying it a little bit. But, just looking at statistics, it's probably true. So, say Han Solo stumbles across this better ship and has to, for whatever reason, is forced to abandon the Millennium Falcon to take this new ship. It would probably tear him up inside. Like, he can't now. We know that. He's dead. Spoiler alert. But it would still hurt. I know in the Star Wars Expanded Universe, he's been flying around the Falcon for like 40 or 50 years. Like, he's old in the EU. Like, I know he's old in the canon universe too. He's also dead in the canon universe. But when we meet up with him in Star Wars Episode 7, he's out there looking for the Falcon. Like, I don't know how long ago in the canon universe he lost the Millennium Falcon, but he's been looking for it up to Episode 7. So, whichever universe you're going with, whatever your preference is, he's very, very, very attached to that ship. And I get it, and he would hate to abandon it. These particular possessions, items you find in video games, whatever, you just don't want to let them go for whatever reason. And it hurts when you have to. Like, this could be construed as good storytelling on the part of the developers of No Man's Sky. I don't know if they were planning to make you feel like a dick every time you abandon your ship for a better one, but it worked. Like, one of the biggest sinners in that particular category is Hideo Kojima with Metal Gear Solid 5. Spoiler alerts for MGS5 coming, so if you don't want to hear about those, stop listening right now. Okay? You good? You still here? Okay, that means either you don't care or you already know what happens. So, during one of the final chapters of Metal Gear Solid 5, Mother Base becomes infected by the vocal cord parasites. And you have to go through the quarantine platform, killing all of these people that you've worked so hard to recruit. Now, that in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing. But, at the end, you get to this one room where all these infected dudes are hanging out, and they see you and they're like, "Oh, yay, the boss is here. Tell us what to do, boss. We'll follow your orders, whatever they are." And then they stand up and they salute you while you walk through this room, just, putting bullets into their head. It makes you just feel like a real fucking shitbag. Which is great, because, that's what Hideo Kojima was trying to do there, but God, I hated myself after I played that part of the game. So whether that's good storytelling or not, I don't know. It wasn't Kojima's part, I know that. Freaking master storyteller over there, but No Man's Sky, I don't know, but, one way or another, good job for making me have feels for a game that they themselves said was very, very boring and very, very chillaxed and all that. So what else is going down in video games today? Oh, I picked up 2 free games on the PlayStation. I got Lords of the Fallen and Transformers Devastation. I don't think Lords of the Fallen is free anymore. I think that just rolled over. But if you like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Salt and Sanctuary, you'll probably like Lords of the Fallen. It's a very Dark Souls-ish type game. However, something that is free for the next month, as of the recording of this video, Transformers Devastation. Guys, if you have any love whatsoever for the old Generation 1 Transformers, like toys, comics, TV shows, whatever, go pick up Transformers Devastation. It is phenomenal. They brought back the original voice actors for Optimus Prime and Megatron. They cel-shaded the game to make it look like the old cartoons. They kept the old, like, Transformers sound effect for when you transform from robot mode to vehicle mode. You can just tell a lot of love for the original stuff went into this game. And on top of that, it's a great action game. It was developed by Platinum Games, which are the guys who were former Clover Studios, which are the ones behind, I think, Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 1, and then they left Capcom and went and formed Platinum Games and did games like Bayonetta, Beautiful Joe, Wonderful 101, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. So these guys, they know what they're doing when they make an action game. And it's a really, really great game. There's so much customization you can do. There's a bunch of different weapons you can find. There's 5 different characters to play as. You start out with Optimus Prime, Sideswipe, and Bumblebee. And then later on in the game, you get Wheeljack and Grimlock. And all of them have their own different stats, different freaking special abilities. It's awesome. Go check it out. It's currently free on PlayStation Plus. Other gaming news. Gears of War 4 is coming out soon. Like, later this week if you get the Ultimate Edition, which I plan on doing. So, yeah, I'll be playing that. I'll probably do a playthrough with either the wife or Ulrich. So that's going to be fun. After that, in November, there's a Left 4 Dead-ish, Killing Floor-ish type game called Space Hulk Deathwing, which is set in the Warhammer 40k universe. You play as a Terminator squad and you gotta clean out a Space Hulk. Also looks amazing. When I get my recording equipment, I'll do a playthrough of that with Drengar Ulrich and myself. And then, after that, the only thing I really care about is Dead Rising 4, coming out in December. So I'll probably be playing that too. I think that's about everything I've got to say, guys. So, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish my dinner. As usual, like, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 blah. And I will see you next time.